What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. Looks like April is just about to come to a close, and we've been waiting on news for the animal farm. Forex made an announcement today during the quick little AMA that he did and went through some of the details of what's going on. So unfortunately, our new updates were pretty minimal. He put a long post out yesterday that covered a lot of the different details of what's going on with the animal farm. To sum it up, I won't bore you with the details, but to sum it up, there was a lot of changes that in the end needed to be made. Part of it, of course, was the original issue, but then also Pancake Swap changed some things on their end, moving to a new version, which was going to cause issues. So the timing was sort of convenient, sort of inconvenient for some people, because I think they could have fixed it and got it up. But it sounds like they would have had to actually shut everything down again to do another update to compensate for the Pancake Swap issue. So I guess it's, let's look at the glass half full. It's nice that they could do it all in one fell swoop, and then hopefully all this stuff gets finished up and launched, and we'll be in good shape. So the animal farm is not going to get relaunched until next week. So it sounds like this Thursday they'll make an announcement and they'll put a date on it, and it'll be the following week. I'm hoping it's at least the following Tuesday so we can get it in earlier, but as you guys know, we've just been sitting in this waiting game forever, which is a little bit frustrating. A lot of people's money is locked up while pigs and dogs are paused. And even if you're not in the animal farm, I feel like all the momentum is locked up on the drip side, because I don't think drip's going to go anywhere until animal farm gets launched. And then I could see us working our way up a little bit, but I really don't think that the drip price is going to bounce up a lot until the new UI and the scratchers get launched. So for me, he was saying that the animal farm obviously was supposed to be launched last week, and he was saying 3 or 4 weeks after that they would probably launch the scratchers. So to me, if they're delaying Animal Farm this long, that's going to delay the scratchers. I hope not, but that would make sense. So it's going to be a little bit before we get all this stuff up and running. So a little bit frustrating, but what can you do? One piece of good news from the Animal Farm is it's got a new user interface. So same thing on the drip side, that new user interface is going to drop soon. There's also going to be one on the Animal Farm side. And like the drip site, to me, Animal Farm was okay looking, but I think the new user interface just gives it a little bit more of a professional look. So these are just some screenshots of what it's going to look like. They're going to make it a little bit more professional looking, pretty simple. The Animal Farm has just always kind of been these brown colors, and there's just really a limited color scheme. So I guess it makes sense to roll over and basically do the same thing. But overall, it's going to look pretty cool. Here's another one showing the pigs. You'll put your information in here. This button will turn green. You'll hit enter. You'll be able to purchase some pigs or compound or withdraw, whatever you're trying to do. So I guess that's positive. He also talked in depth about some of the updates they made to the contract and how pigs and dogs are actually going to benefit you more now. I think if I tried to explain it, I'd butcher it. So I recommend going back and watching that AMA. I know a good handful of YouTubers streamed the content, so it's saved out there in YouTube land, but I would check those out and see what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback on whether or not you think it's good news and if you're excited to get this thing launched again. So during the AMA, nothing really happened with the price. So we had a little dip here, swung up. Now it's just back down to this 31 range. Luckily, we have not poked below 30, but we've gotten pretty close a few times. So I'm hoping that that's the floor. I really don't want to see this thing go below 30 again. But we'll see with the delay in Animal Farm when they come out this Thursday and announce it. If it's still a little ways out, even next Thursday, I could see this price leaking. I think people are losing confidence. Who aren't super up to date on all the AMAs coming out. Like if you're watching them and getting the updates on them, you feel fairly confident it's getting done. There's just a few issues. If you're not privy to that information and you're not watching on the YouTube channels, I could see how people are just getting the quick snippet, hey, it got delayed again. They're losing confidence in the platform and in the dev, and we're continuing to see a sell-off because of that. But I think if you join those AMAs and you listen to his reasoning on why it's getting delayed and what he's doing to fix it and how the developers are working together and all of the new stuff that's coming up, I think you feel pretty confident. It sucks, I hate the delay, but you feel pretty confident that it's gonna happen. It's just taking longer than expected. But I think we can all agree that when it gets launched, we want it to work really well and not have to shut it down again. So if they need to take this opportunity to make those changes and implement some fixes, then by all means, knock it out. And then when we go live, we can hit the ground running. So again, hanging out at 3105, I yesterday was able to cross the 900 mark. So I was super excited about that. I've been striving to get this to 1,000. And at the current pace I'm at, it'll be less than a year before I max this account out. So that makes me feel really good about my investment and the fact that I'll eventually ROI on this thing pretty heavily. Got about $100 in there USD. That's normally when I like to hydrate, depending on gas fees. So I'll go ahead and hydrate now. And give me a quick second to set up the ledger. All right. So we've compounded. This should give me a little bit over 910. And in 10 or 11 days or so, I should be up to 1,000. So that's pretty exciting. I started with a reasonable size account. I put 10 grand in when I originally started, and I bought around 50 bucks, maybe 55s when I first bought in, so mid-December. And I've just been compounding since then. I've only claimed to dish out airdrops to the team. So that's it. That's where it's got me. If you'd like to join the team, I'll post the link in the description. Love you to join. We do weekly airdrops at least, and sometimes I do them more often just for one-offs for fun. And then we also donate to charity about once a month. So one more quick update from today that is actually pretty bullish. Of course, Forex said the PancakeSwap partnership is still on. He said they are partnering with Chainlink on the scratchers. So that partnership is bound to go live here in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And then he said the second largest platform on the BSC network reached out to him about a possible partnership. And I don't know which one that is, but I think it's Venus, which is like a decentralized money market. They deal a lot with like lending protocols. And let's just look them up. All right, so this is it here. It looks like a DeFi lending platform that works as an algorithmic money market, which makes the lending platform permissionless. The mechanism enables users to instantly borrow and lend without intermediaries. So that's pretty cool. So if it is Venus, which makes sense because he went on and on about lending protocols again today, that would be pretty big. So you've got a partnership lined up with PancakeSwap, which is the largest platform running on the BSC network, and then Venus, if Venus is number 2 and this is really the one, I mean that bodes pretty well for everybody's confidence in Forex and what the future outlook is. So super cool. Again, he went on and on about lending protocols. He's setting something up. He says he's getting closer on it, which I don't know exactly what that means, but it's basically a lending protocol that will allow drippers to lend their capital to other drippers. So that person doesn't even really technically need to be like in the drip faucet. So like if I wasn't in the drip faucet and I had some money, I could lend my money out to a dripper, and then I would get paid back through some sort of drip contract. And there's some sort of like protection built in place to make sure that you actually get paid back on that capital. So it's all part of the contract. So that person will get paid back plus their interest, and it's all secure. And I think that money that's paid back out is maybe paid back out through their faucet rewards or what have you. So Forex is pretty jacked about this lending protocol that he's working on finishing. And he said he didn't want to give too many details and release too much information, but it sounds like that's in the works, and it sounds pretty cool. That type of lending protocol, which is essentially like a peer-to-peer lending, is pretty amazing, and it would make sense that he was approached by Venus if that's the case. So we'll see. So no major updates. Sounds like Animal Farm probably is going to get launched next week, either Tuesday or Thursday. So we'll look forward to that. I'm hoping that the drip price stays above 30 until that happens, and then shortly after that, hopefully we get these scratchers launched, get the new UI out there, and then we can actually see a lift in the drip price over the summer. That'll get everyone excited and piling into the platform. Anyway, that's it, guys. Just quick update. Please like and subscribe. It certainly helps me out on the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys want, down in the comments below, just comment what type of videos you'd like me to make. We can talk about other investments. I'm happy to show you how to do technical analysis on charts like this. We can do it on some large cap stuff, certain things in the stock market, and we can also do it on some of these smaller cryptos, so I can show you the difference between the two. If you guys want to talk about real estate or other investments, I'm happy to entertain those topics too. Anyway, be patient, keep compounding, and have